Good morning, everybody. In today's class, I am going to discuss with you the first topic of UC first year science, that is the living world. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತಾರ ಜೀವ ಜಗತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇದರ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ದಿ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್. ಆಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ together called living world. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಭೂಮಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಂಡು ಬರುವಂತ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಜೀವ ಸಮೂಹಗಳನ್ನ ಒಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಜೀವ ಜಗತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಈ ಜೀವಿಗಳು ಸಜೀವಿಗಳು ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಗುಣಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳನ್ನ ತೋರಿಸ್ತವೆ. ಅವುಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸಿ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್. ಒಂದು ಸಜೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಗುಣಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ತೋರಿಸಬೇಕು. The living organisms should express certain characters. What are those characters? Let us see. First one is growth. Second one is reproduction. Third one is metabolism. Fourth one is respond to stimuli. Respond to stimuli. And fifth one is cellular organization. Cellular organization. So these are the 5 characters which are expressed by the living organisms. So among these 5 characters, some are called the defining characters. Means they are present only in the living organism, but they are absent in the non-living things. So let us see each character, which one is defining and which one is not there in the non-living. We'll discuss now. First of all, we'll start with the first character, that is growth. Let's see the first character, growth. So what is the definition of growth? We may define growth. Growth is a irreversible, permanent increase in the size, mass and number of cells of an organism. So growth may be, we can define as, growth is a irreversible, permanent increase in size, mass and number of cells. So whenever the organism is taking birth, it will soon after its birth it starts growing. It will grow in its size, mass and its number of cells increase if the organism is multicellular. So in unicellular organism also we may say the growth takes place by the increase in the number of cells. So the next is, growth can be achieved by a process called the cell division. It's achieved by the process called the cell division. In plants, cell division is continuous throughout the life of the plants. As long as the plant is surviving, the cell division is there. It is continuous. But in case of animals, cell division is restricted to certain age. ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಣಿಯ ಜೀವಿತ ಅವಧಿಯ ಒಂದು ಹಂತದವರೆಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ cell division ಕಂಡು ಬರುತ್ತದೆ. But sometimes we may expect cell division in animals also whenever there is a need of replacement of damaged tissue. ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಗಾಯ ಆಗಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಲಾಸ್ ಆದಾಗ ಆ ಗಾಯನ ತುಂಬಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಯಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊಸ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ಗಳ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆವಾಗ ಸೆಲ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಆನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಕಂಡು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? Growth is also there in the non-living things like mountain and sand dunes. But that growth is because of deposition of materials on the external surface. In non-living things, growth is by external. But in case of living organism, the growth is by internal process or by the cell division. So that's why we may say that growth is not a defining property. Clear? We'll move to the next character, that is reproduction. The next property of the living organism is reproduction. Second property, reproduction. ಸಂತಾನೋತ್ಪತ್ತಿ, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತೀವಿ? ಸಂತಾನೋತ್ಪತ್ತಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So reproduction definition is a process where organism give birth to young ones or its progeny which are similar to their parents. Reproduction is a process where organism give birth to young ones which are similar to parents, which are similar to their parents. Every organisms reproduce and they continue their generation. Reproduction is a process which is helpful for the continuity of the species from generation to the next generation. And there are two types of reproduction in organism. One is sexual, another one is asexual type of reproduction. Let us see some of the examples of the organisms. For example, in case of fungi, some fungi reproduce by asexual spores. Asexual spores. In case of hydra and yeast, reproduction is by the help of a process called budding. Reproduction is a process called the budding. For example, if you take the yeast, a mature yeast produce a small outgrowths on its surface. Whenever this outgrowths detach from the parental cell, it will grow into a new individual. And this process we call the budding. So in the same way, we may also see one more example in planaria. Planaria is a platyhelminthes or flatworm. Here we see process called the regeneration. It's a regeneration. Then what is the meaning of regeneration? Whenever a planaria cut into two parts, when it divides into two parts, each part will develop its cut portion and develops into new individual. And this is called a regeneration. In the same way, many other unicellular organisms like bacteria, some lower algae, they reproduce by cell division, which is synonymous with the growth, means that is increase in the number of cells. But there are some organisms which are living but they are not reproducing. They are living but they are not reproducing. The living organisms which are not reproducing. They are not reproducing. Examples: mule. Mule is nothing but is a product, a crossbreeding product produced by crossing a donkey with horse. And infertile couples. Infertile couples. The parents which are not able to reproduce. Infertile couples. Next is worker honeybee. Worker honeybee, which is also living but not able to reproduce. It's not able to reproduce. Clear? So, because of these things, we are also saying that reproduction is also not a defining property. So, let's move the next property. That's a metabolism. The third character of living organism, that is metabolism. So first of all, what is the definition of metabolism? The sum of total of all the chemical reactions taking place in the living system are called the metabolical reactions or metabolism. The sum of total of all the chemical reactions taking place within the living system are called metabolical reactions. There are many chemical reactions which may also take place in laboratory in the test tube, but they are only just chemical reactions. Neither they are living nor they are non-living. But metabolical reactions are those which are taking place in a living system. That's why we may say that metabolism is exclusive character or defining character of the living organism. Let us see the next property of living organism, that is respond to stimuli. The fourth property is respond to stimuli. Which we also call irritability or consciousness. All are same. Because organism living in an environment and it shows certain response to the stimuli, which may be physical stimuli, chemical stimuli or biological. Or organisms are sensitive to the environmental factors like light, temperature, water, humidity, many diseases, pathogens, parasites. So all these things act as a stimuli to the organisms. So the response of organism is a defining property because this is expressed by only living organism but not the non-living things. Non-living things not show any response to any kind of stimuli. That's why we used to say that respond to stimuli is a defining property. The fifth character is cellular organization. Cellular organization. Every living organism is made by cell. Either it may be single cell or many cell. Even organism is made by only single cell. All the biochemical activities are taking place or metabolic activities takes place within a single cell. For example, we have seen many unicellular organisms like bacteria, amoeba, protozoas. So all the biochemical reactions are there within a single cell. But in case of multicellular organisms, the cells are organized into tissues, organs and organ system, and they perform many metabolic actions. Without the cells, there is no life or any organism is there. So that's why we can say that cellular organization is also another defining property. So among the 5 characters, we may say that the stimuli respond to stimuli, metabolism and cellular organization are the defining properties. We'll conclude here only. We'll discuss the next segment in the next session. Thank you.